Why did the marriage of our parents last much more than the marriages of this generation or the marriages we have today? I'll tell you. When I was little, I witnessed a dying phase. I witnessed a dying phase of what it meant to be married in the times of my father. Then there was no, struggle to make money from women or by women. The struggle was low. It was very, very minimal. In fact, there was barely that fading phase I talked about. Is almost like women weren't breadwinners. Okay? Women were solely dependent on their men. So there were defined roles. Roles were quite defined, and everybody understood their roles. In the time of our fathers, men were explicitly supposed to be the breadwinner of the family, while the women stayed home and took care of the family. I don't know the region or the area where you were born, but in my area, that was how it was. Now, there were no issues because everybody understood their roles and everybody played their roles well. While the man brought in the food, the woman made the meal out of the food. While the man brought the sperm, the woman made a child out of the sperm. While the man brought the house, the woman made a home out of the house. The roles were very defined and everybody understood their roles. You understand? So even if nobody, the woman will hardly say something like, be a man, you're not a man. No, because you know that his role is to provide. And it was very, very clear. I'm not talking about the other romantic parts and how to emotionally take care of your spouse and all that. I'm talking about the definite and explicit roles. Now, what do we have in this generation? We have generation where men call women who are not working liabilities. So, in a bid for the woman not to be a liability, she goes out to work. And from the way I see things, oftentimes when women go to work, life just favors them, that they begin to do so well for themselves. And then they begin to make money, and then they begin to do things. They begin to take responsibilities. And then it becomes difficult because when someone is beginning to take responsibilities of themselves or whatever it is, that same responsibility that you are supposed to take as the man, and the woman is beginning to take that responsibility, it becomes a problem. Because that is where the question, be the man, comes in. She wants you to be the man. And obviously how you're supposed to be the man is to provide for her and protect her. Now she's providing for herself. So you become confused as what do you mean by I should be a man? Now the definition of manhood becomes more complicated because she's already doing what you're supposed to do as a man. So that is why it is complicated in this generation. If it were in the days of our fathers, roles were very, very clear. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. But in this generation now, nobody knows what they're supposed to do. And even when you tell them, everybody wants to claim rights. The woman is expected to work. No, in fact, the younger boys of this generation, they are practically waiting to marry a woman who is already working and making money. That is not a problem. But when you now get married to this woman who has stepped out of her own role of homekeeping and taking care of the man, when you make her step out of that zone into the working zone and making money zone, I hope you know that money comes with power. It's not because she's a woman. Even rich men are rude. Most rich men are rude. It's not because they have bad character. Money comes with power. So now the women have been pushed out of their roles into making money. It becomes difficult because she doesn't now know how to make money and still be submissive and still keep the home because her role has been displaced. Okay, so when she begins to do these things, little respect now goes to the man. Little accord now goes to the man, because practically everything the man was supposed to do for her, she cannot do it for herself. So that is why it's as if the relationship and marriage of these days are very complicated, very shallow, very short-lived than that of our parents, because generations of these days have been displaced or misplaced the roles of each gender. A woman who is working, a woman will work, make money, bring to the house, take care of the husband, take care of the... I'm not talking about singles here, please, because singles, each time if these issues come up, they want to conjure it with the single girls who are not working. I'm not talking about single girls here, I'm talking about women, I'm talking about married women. So the woman makes money, comes home, takes care of the home, gives birth to children, takes care of the husband, and all of that. So at the end of the day, it becomes difficult. She starts imagining how, after doing all of this, you still want me to submit to you. And hey, society may say that this woman, because she's doing all of this, she's still supposed to. If she didn't submit, if I say it's not out of place or is expected that she should not submit, somebody will say, she's a bad woman, she's not a virtuous woman. But if you're sensible, if you calm down to reason things out, you will know that that is just how life plays out. If the woman depends on the husband, if the woman is able to depend on her man for what she's supposed, women are naturally dependent on provision and protection. And a situation whereby you push her to go into making money, and when she makes the money comes with protection. When she has made that money, now she has what it takes to protect herself. She feels like she doesn't need a man. Okay, so this generation of always seeking the woman who has made it is causing a problem, because the roles have been misplaced. Okay, so that's basically the difference between the marriages of today and the marriages of our parents. In the days of our parents, roles were very defined, but in the marriages of today, roles are not defined. In fact, the woman can go to work, the man can go to work, come back. Anybody will get power, go cook. Anybody will get power, go wash clothes. Anybody will get power, take care of the children. But in a home where everything now lies on the woman, there will always be issues one way or the other, because the roles have been scattered, the roles have been shifted, except in homes where these two people are extremely oriented, extremely disciplined, extremely enlightened about life, that issues like that cannot be a problem. So that is why it's as if marriages of these days are collapsing. It's not because women have lost guard, or women have lost regard or lost respect. No, it's because the roles have been misplaced. Most men now just relax, and I don't know if they are scared of taking up the responsibility of providing for the home, or taking up the responsibility of really being the man in the house. They just relax and allow. I know so many of them around my area. And then when issues come up, it looks as if they are not being respected. No, it's because one way or the other, roles have to be taken up. If you take up your role, then whatever comes with that role is given to you. If the president of the country is not doing well, you go curse him. But if he's doing well, you go praise him. So, except you start in one way or the other to change or to understand how things are in this dispensation, there will always be problem. Please, if you have any comments, suggestion, whatever it is in your mind you want to say, please just drop it, and then give us a like and a share. God bless you. Please.